as well as for the integrations with multiple other systems. For example, SAP. This is used in multiple requirements, right? For example, for your material management, for your clinical trial management, for your sources, resources, and then you have it in supply chain management. A lot of like segments are there in SAP. There are multiple clinical trial management system, cloud-based SaaS applications, pharmacovigilance system. The most prominent use of AI is nowadays into the pharmacovigilance. So pharmacovigilance is basically a post-marketing strategy for clinical trial drugs. So, when I talk about phase 4 of clinical trial, it's basically when you get the approval for marketing or for the usage of that particular trial drug into the patients. Then from the patient's perspective, you get certain inputs from the patient that they're facing some headaches, they're facing some heartburn or like acidity or whatever symptoms they feel after taking that particular medicine. So that when marketed preparations give certain side effects that are taken into consideration as a pharmacovigilance inputs, and those inputs are obviously done on the clinical trial participants. These are regular patients like you, me, and everyone else. So these are not clinical trial participants on which they usually test the drugs. So these inputs are irregular. Now you cannot have such irregular inputs, right? You have to
Mhm.
make it more regulatory compliant, or make it, you have to fit into the regulatory structure when you want to submit such kind of adverse events, or it is usually called adverse events. When you want to share those adverse events with the regulatory bodies, when you create certain reports, it has to be in a structured way. There is a dictionary called medra. So now what agentic AI does, they take the input from the patient, they collect the input, they drive or process the input into the structured way, they put it into the software, they process it for the regulatory submission, and now when the regulatory submission happens, there are certain inputs given by the outputs given by the or queries given by the regulatory authorities, which will be again answered in a proper way with some human, what you can say, with some human efforts needed, or with some human interfacing.
Welcome to the AI Accelerator podcast. Listen to the full episode by tapping the link in caption.